Hey, what is going on everybody? In this video, I'm going to explain Python iterators in just a few minutes. An iterator is an object that returns elements one at a time from a sequence or other data stream. It remembers its position between calls. A Python object, it's considered an iterator if it follows the iterator protocol, meaning it has these two methods, dunderIter and dunderNext. All dunderIter does is that it returns itself. And dunderNext, it's going to be in charge of returning the next item in the sequence, and it raises a StopIteration exception when there's no more items to return. So in this demonstration, we're going to create a class of dice. Class dice. We need a constructor, define dunderInit. We'll have one parameter besides self, rolls. How many dice would we like to roll? We'll need to assign our rolls, self.rolls equals the amount of rolls we receive. We will also have an internal attribute of count to keep track of how many dice we have already rolled, which we will set to 0 initially. We need to implement these two methods in order for this class to create iterator objects. So dunderIter, all it's going to do is return itself. We have no parameters besides self. All this method does is return self. Basically, when we use this class to create an object and assign it, we'll implicitly behind the scenes call this method. More on that in a moment. Then we need dunderNext. This method is in charge of returning the next item in a sequence. There's many different ways in which we can implement this method. Let's do the following. Let's say if self.count, how many dice have we already rolled? Initially, it's 0. If the count is less than the number of rolls, the number of dice we have to roll, self.rolls, we will roll some dice with an if statement. But first, we will increment count, self.count plus equals 1, and then return a random dice roll. Random, we'll need to import this module, import this name of random, so be sure to include import random at the top, return random.randint between 1 through 6. This will return a random number between 1 through 6. When we call dunderNext, we're returning a random number. Now, if we want to stop, we need to raise a StopIteration exception. We'll handle that within an else statement. Else, we will raise a StopIteration exception. And that's all we have to do. Our class of dice will create iterator objects. Those objects will have these two methods, dunderIter and dunderNext. Let's test it. I will create a dice object, dice equals, call the constructor for dice. How many dice do we want to roll? I'll pass in 3 to roll 3 dice. Our dice object, it's an iterator. It has these two methods, and it's also iterable, meaning I can use it in a for loop. For every die in dice, I will print each die. Let's test it. I have 3 random dice rolls, 611, 653, 311. If you would like, you can also use a list comprehension. Here's how. Let's say we have dice. Dice equals a list comprehension. I like to start with the for loop. For every die in, call the dice constructor. I'll pass in 3 dice. Then we need an expression. I'll keep the expression the same as the loop variable of die. Return each die for every die in our dice. And then if I were to print my list of dice, I should have a list with random dice rolls. Here we have 533. Maybe I'll pass in 1 more. 4 dice. 4, 6, 4, 6. Now you're probably wondering, how are these two methods called? We didn't call them explicitly at all. So here's what's actually going on. When we run this program, the Python interpreter, it's going to translate these higher level operations into lower level operations. Behind the scenes within the Python interpreter, this program is going to be translated into something like this. You don't have to write this down, but do pay attention. our program is being translated into something similar to this. We're rolling 3 dice. Dice equals call the dice constructor. Let me move down a little bit. We have an iterator object equals, then there's an iter function, and then we're passing in our dice object. The iter function, what it does, it looks within this dice object and calls the dunder iter function. This is no different from this. Dice.dunder iter. Then there's going to be some sort of while loop. While true, and then within a try block, we will assign a roll. Roll equals a next function, pass in our iterator. The next function, it looks within this object and calls the dunder next function. That would be the same as us writing iterator.dunder next, but we don't have to write it that way. And then we will print each roll. We do need an except block. Except stop iteration, then break to break out of our while loop. So this program is going to run the same. We have 3 random dice rolls. But we don't have to write it this way. With our original Python program, it's translated into a program similar to this that uses lower level operations. Behind the scenes within our Python interpreter, we're calling dunder iter and dunder next. But again, we don't need to write it this way. We can write it the original way. Our higher level operations are being translated in the Python interpreter into lower level operations, which are explicitly calling these methods. Alright everybody, those are iterators in Python. They're Python objects that return elements in a sequence one at a time. For a Python object to be considered an iterator, you need these 2 methods, dunder iter and dunder next. And well everybody, those are iterators in Python.